I didn't know what bulking versus cutting was until I watched this video. Now, what is bulking, you may ask? Well, I'm gonna put it very, very simple because it's really not hard to understand. Bulking is where you go on what is called a calorie surplus. A calorie surplus is where you consume more calories than you expand. For example, today you consume 2,500 calories. In order to be in a calorie surplus, the maximum amount of calories that you can burn has to be below 2,500 calories because you have to consume more calories than you burn in order to be in a calorie surplus. And with bulking, there's two sides to bulking, and one that you should really be on and the other you should stay away from. One is lean bulking, the one that you should stick with. And the other is dirty bulking, the one that you should stay far away from. And the reason why I say this is because with lean bulking, when you're lean bulking, you're only consuming the right foods. You're only consuming healthy foods, okay? With dirty bulking, you're only consuming, you consume anything you see, any type of food you see, whether it be junk food, healthy food, just food in general. You see it, you eat it. That's dirty bulking. And that's what you should stay far away from. Because if you dirty bulk, you're going to consume more body fat than actual muscle. So in general, you're just getting fat. If you're dirty bulking, you're just going to get fat. Because you're just going to consume everything inside. There's no purpose. With lean bulking, it's way better because you're actually consuming healthy and nutritious foods like nuts, eggs, fish, lean meats, avocados, healthy fats, all that. So that's why you should stick with lean bulking and not dirty bulking if you're going to bulk. And when you're doing your calorie surplus, you should aim to go about 500, maximum 500 calories above. So, like I said, if you averagely per day burn about 2,000 calories, you should eat 2,500 calories. A little tip that you can do to help with bulking, it's very simple. Because you need to decrease the amount of calories you burn, just move less. And this is why me personally, I don't really bulk because I like to stay active. I like to move active, but if it's something that you want to do and you want to bulk, you have to move less. You have to cut your cardio, okay? I'd still say try to get cardio in per week, because it's very healthy for your heart. And it's very bad if you're just not doing any cardio. So I very much recommend you doing cardio, but in order to bulk properly, if you want the best out of it, cut cardio a little bit, just a little bit, so that you can decrease the amount of calories you're expanding out and you can focus on the calories that you're consuming, if that makes sense. Now, with the downsides of bulking, you're gonna lose your abs and your chiseled face. You're gonna lose a lot of nice features that you would like to have. Because when you're bulking, you're obviously gonna put on some body fat. You're gonna put on some weight because you're bulking. It's natural. So I just want you guys to know that you're gonna lose your abs, even just by a little bit, but it's gonna be noticeable. You're gonna get chiseled face. But if you want to stay dedicated to this routine, you have to stick with it. You have to stay consistent with your diet routine in order to properly bulk. And at the end of your bulk, then you can go on your proper cut and then to gain all of it back with some extra muscle. Now, this is exactly how you can gain strength with bulking. When you're using calories, food as a natural source, your body's going to use that and build it and gain more strength with that because it has more fuel, it has more energy to use. And that's how you gain strength with bulking. It's very, very simple. And that's the whole topic about bulking. Now let's get into cutting. And guys, With these tips that I'm giving you right here, I'll give you guys even more tips, even detailed to the bone tips if you DM us on IG for one-on-one personal coaching where we go into detail and help you acquire your fitness goals. Whether you're skinny, whether you're fat, it doesn't matter. We will literally help you acquire your fitness goals. And now we're cutting. This is about a calorie deficit. Like what bulking was a calorie surplus, now we're getting into a calorie deficit. Well, a calorie deficit is a exact opposite of a calorie surplus. It's where you burn more calories than you consume. So if you burn 2,500 calories per day, you must eat under 2,500 calories per day. All right. And the maximum calories that you should go under is about 200 to 300, maybe even 500 calories. But I'd probably just recommend just 200 to 300 calories if you want to properly cut. Because if you go on a hard cut, it's what's called a hard cut, right? Where you just do a lot of cardio, a lot of burning calories, right? But you're not eating any calories. You're not consuming rarely any calories. It's going to be very, very bad for you. You're going to end up losing muscle. You're going to end up being way more fatigued in your workouts and everything like that. So I generally just recommend that you just go 200 to 300 calories under. So if you're burning 2,500 calories, try to get 200 to 300 below that, and you should be A-okay. Now, with cutting, it'd be best if you increase your cardio. It's about increasing your cardio, increasing the amount of calories you're burning, and decreasing the amount of calories that you're consuming. So for instance, the reason why I'm this shredded right here, right? It's because look behind me. You see that right there? I'll point to it right there. That's literally a treadmill. I literally have a treadmill in my room so that anytime I'm bored, I can just get on it and start walking. It's literally easy calories being burnt. And now that's a little tip right there. If you guys are on a cut and you guys want simple ways to burn fat and burn calories, get yourself a treadmill like this. It wasn't even expensive. It was about under $100 on Amazon. Get yourself a nice treadmill and keep it in your room. Literally keep it in your room and just walk on it anytime. It's literally like that. So me, what I do is I do 30 minutes of incline walking. So max incline, 3 speed. Max incline, 3 speed. And I do 30 minutes of cardio on that. And I'm telling you, it will shed body fat like crazy. And now with cutting, like I previously mentioned in bulking, this is where you're gonna get your abs and your chiseled face back into place, because you're gonna lose all the body fat, right? And that's the great part about cutting. You get your nice aesthetic physique, but you need the muscle in order to get that. You can't cut when you're already skinny. You gotta be at least have decent amount of muscle, right? And some people have a dilemma when cutting. They say that I don't like to cut because I may lose strength. And that's a lie. If you're doing it properly, if you're properly cutting, like I mentioned before, when you're consuming a little amount of calories and you're doing what is called a hard cut, where you're doing a lot of burning calories, but not a lot of consuming calories, that's when you start to lose strength, because your body is seeping energy. It needs energy. It needs fuel. It needs calories in order to produce strength. Hence why bulking is in place, right? But you need at least a good amount of fuel in order to fuel your workouts. It's as simple as that. All right, guys, and that is bulking and cutting simplified, because it's very simple, very, very simple. I recommend that you guys bulk for a couple months and then cut for a couple months, and then you can easily rotate in between For me personally, I don't really bulk because I'm just a very active person and I need to be in shape in order to do that. But without further ado, if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and DM us, like I said, on IG for one-on-one personal coaching where we go into detail and help you acquire your fitness goals. And keep a lookout because we are going to release a personalized meal plan that will help you increase and benefit your nutrition goals. So make sure to leave an eye out for that. And without further ado, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.